It sounds like a problem for economists in DC, but this debt crisis is already hitting your wallet, your savings, and your future in ways you might not realize. And this isn't some far-off threat, it's a clear and present danger to every single American. Let's break down the 3 hidden taxes you're already paying because of this. So first, there is inflation tax. When the government borrows trillions, it puts huge pressure on the financial system. One way to handle this is by having the Federal Reserve create more money to buy up government debt, a process they politely call quantitative easing. But when you flood the system with money, the value of each dollar you hold goes down. That's inflation, right? The groceries that cost you $100 last year now cost you $105. Your salary might be the same, but it buys you less. This is a deliberate, if indirect, way for the government to devalue its own debt. They get to pay back old loans with cheaper dollars, and you're the one paying the price every time you go to the store. Second, there's the interest rate trap. The interest rate on national debt is now one of the biggest expenses in the federal budget. They're spending over $1 trillion a year just on interest, more than they spend on national defense. Think about that. That's $1 trillion that can't fix roads, fund schools, or lower your taxes. It's money that builds nothing. And here's the trap with all this. As interest rates rise, the cost of that debt explodes. This forces the government to borrow even more just to pay interest, which creates more debt and higher interest payments. Economists call this a debt spiral, and it's a nightmare to escape. And finally, there is the existential threat to the US dollar itself. For the last 80 years, the dollar has been the world's reserve currency. This means global trade is done in dollars, and countries everywhere hold dollars as savings. This creates a huge artificial demand for our currency, letting us borrow much more cheaply than anyone else, but our massive debt is putting this special status in jeopardy. It's just like China and Russia are actively looking for a way to move away from the dollar. If the world loses faith in the dollar,